So for today, we're still looking at charts and equivalent ratio tables. So what we're looking at today, it's the same concept. It's just there is something that you need to do to make it easier for you to solve because sometimes they may not give you the ratio in the chart. Okay, so let's look at one like that. It says Jason is making a wooden cutting board to sell at the school fair. He uses 4 strips of maple wood for every 3 strips of walnut wood to make each cutting board. Use this information to complete the table with the missing amounts of maple wood and walnut wood. So we have 4 strips of maple wood and 3 strips of walnut wood. Okay, so if I'm looking at my chart, I don't see 3 strips of maple and I don't see 4 strips of walnut wood in my chart. I don't see a 3 nor a 4. So you always are going to want to then put it above the chart. Oops. You're always going to want to put it above the chart. So I put a 3 above it, above maple wood, and 4 above walnut wood because it's not in the chart, but I want it to be resembled for myself so I can figure out this problem. Okay? So now that I have it kind of resembled in the chart, I got to figure out the pattern here. 3 to 12. Okay? Well, 3 times 4 gives me 12. Well, here there's no number. So I'm going to start with my pattern going down. So I'm going to drag my noodle or my french fry and I say 3 times 4 gives me 12. So I have to do 4 times 4. So I have to do 4 times 4, which 4 times 4 is 16. Okay, so then I had to ask myself, okay, well, if I'm using, gotta go down, drag my noodle down, drag my noodle down. 4 times what gives you 12? And you would say 4 times 3. So then you have to do 3 times 3, which gives you 9. And then you ask yourself, 3 times what gives you 24? Then you have to do 4 times what gives you 24. So 3 times 8. So I had to do 4 times 8. Come on. 4 times 8, which equals 32. So there's what we use to help complete our chart. Okay, so let's look at this one. At Jayla's Bakery, the Bakery Angel Food Cake with a ratio of 3 parts of sugar with 1 part flour. So 1 part flour. With having 1 part flour, 3 parts sugar, you put your 3 above the 1 and the 1 above the flour. So now you have to figure out the pattern here. 3 times what gives you 2? Okay, so 3 times 2 gives me 2. And then that, to make sure it works, if you look in here, 1 times 2 gives you 2. So let's go down. And then let's drag our noodle down. 1 times what gives you 8? And you say 1 times 8 gives you 8. So 3 times 8 you gotta do, which gives you 24. And you gotta drag your noodle down, drag your noodle down. And then 1 times what? Oh, that's empty. So 3 times what gives you 30? You would say, oh, that's easy, 10. So 1 times 10, what does that give you? And it gives you 10. All right, so again, the main important rule is to figure out your pattern, and whatever that pattern is, it goes through the entire chart, and you're solving it from both. Whatever you do to one side, you do to the other, or whatever you do to the top ratio, you do to the bottom ratio. Okay, so that is equivalent ratio tables.